to say that often, where we really just felt, close to the Miami game. Just really felt like everybody contributed at a very high level from start to finish. Bruno's energy was great. Cam obviously in the third quarter was tremendous. I think for everyone to understand, you look at rookies and you see what they go through. Hunt go for 8 the last game, and probably had as an efficient game as he's had since he's been here. And that's just the ups and downs of our guys. But I think no matter what, they're all trending in the right direction. And tonight was a real example of all of our guys trending in the right direction. And to put together that type of win was really encouraging to see.
Coach, in the fourth quarter, the Nets got the lead to 11. He called a timeout with about 4 minutes left. And the team responded with a 10-0 run that kind of put the game out of reach. How would you assess how they closed the game tonight?
It was all about our defense. They shot it extremely well, and they shot it well in the third quarter, and they shot it well in the first half. But I thought our defense was still what we were trying to do. And we overhelped a couple of times, but we were doing what we wanted to do, and we made mistakes within that, which is all right. If you're not doing it with effort and you're not on the same page, that's where you have the issues. I thought we were on the same page pretty much all night, and we made a couple efforts within what we were trying to do. And they made some tough shots, but our defense in the fourth quarter was tremendous. And that was all of our guys. You saw probably one of Trey's best on-ball defensive games that he's had. Cam makes probably the defensive player of the year for me. To go up, contain a driver, steal it from him, and then go coast to coast. And Gent did our offensive edit before the game, and the whole edit was defend to run, get stops, we can get out and run, and that's what we did tonight.
Coach, how pleased were you with the safety unit early in the first half after you guys were down 10?
Yeah, they really settled us. We had a great start with our starters, and then we had a really poor middle portion of the first quarter. I think we're up 4 or 5. Next thing you know, we're down double digits, and we ended up getting a lot of guys in off the bench, and I think they get it to 4 or 5, and then they make another little mini run to finish the quarter, so we're down 7 at the end of the quarter. But they really settled that first quarter for us, and even got us going. By the time we got our starters back in the middle of the second quarter, it was a 5-point deficit. And then that group played tremendous in that second quarter. But the second unit was great. I really explained to the guys that I need to trust some other guys a little bit more, and hopefully I did that tonight. But it felt good to have Travion come in and contribute and play Vince a little bit longer stretch, and Bruno coming off the bench tonight was really good.
John had that opening spurt of 10 or 12 points and hit a couple threes during that stretch to force a timeout. What kind of impact did that have just in terms of opening up their defense and your offense as well?
It's hard to educate the guys on advantages and disadvantages, and we talked about it this morning. If they're going to play down the floor, he's going to have to take those shots, and he hits the first one, and everything seems like it's wide open from there. And that was really what kind of got him going, was the ability to knock in 2 threes early because of their defensive coverage, and that's when you're playing at the 5, and that's the advantage. And some nights it's tough when you have to defend 5s that are going to put a lot of pressure on you. But tonight our advantage offensively was him stretching the floor and making a couple threes, and then really making it hard for them in coverage. And I thought Trey was tremendous. He was able to get deep down into the paint and take both defenders, and made it really uncontested threes for John.
Congratulations on the win, Coach. How do you describe the gradual progression or the growth just in general for Cam? What has clicked for him in your eyes?
Well, his aggression is almost sometimes too much. It's there all the time. His first 2 shots were threes, and as soon as he touched it, it was going up. And I think he's just trying to score, which is great, but you still have to let the game come to you. And so I love his aggression, and I love that he's thinking that way. It's easier to wind him down than try and build him up from an aggression standpoint. But I think, and I just told him, I said, every game you've had where you've had a defensive play like that, you've had a great all-around game. And to me, it still starts with his defensive mindset and mentality. If he's bought in and locked in on the defensive end, he's going to have that same aggression on the offensive end, and he's going to be looking for it because he gets himself going with the defense. And I don't know if he's ever been like that, but I think he's discovered something about himself defensively.
You guys had a lot of quality looks on offense tonight. Were they doing anything differently schematically to allow you guys to have those quality looks?
No, I think the biggest thing is their bigs down the floor. And if John is pulling anyone out, it kind of opens everything up. We know what he does when he gets behind the defense. It's a little bit different when he's pulling everyone up the floor towards him. I just thought from the start, I thought all of our guys, starting with Trey, they were all trying to get down the hill and down the floor to find perimeter guys and to find that one more and the stuff we work on. I thought Trey did a tremendous job of starting that off, and then, obviously John was the early recipient because he's just wide open, but I didn't think they did anything different. That's just how they play, and it's been tough for us in a lot of games where they are down the floor and we're not making those shots and we're not getting clean looks, but tonight we had a different balance and a different energy. The ball was moving, we had 32 assists. The ball creates energy when it moves like that.
You talked a little bit this morning about rebounding, how important that was, and particularly on the offensive glass. How encouraging was it to see that you guys had 15 offensive rebounds?
Coming out of the All-Star break, really charged our wings, Kevin, Cam, DeAndre, to be better rebounders for us. And, I don't know who hit the three, but we get Trey running to a corner, and we get Cam, I believe, running to a corner in the first half. And Kevin or DeAndre, one of them brings it up and the other one gets the three. But it's really because when our wings rebound, we don't have to find Trey. And we can just break out. And a lot of teams, they can load up to Trey because he's got to get it from a big man, come back to the basketball, and it slows us down. But our wings rebound, it doesn't matter if it's Kevin, he can initiate the break, DeAndre can initiate the break, Cam can initiate the break. It just makes us faster. And so tonight you see it. DeAndre Hunter gets a double-double. And that's big for us moving forward when all of our guys are continuing to rebound the basketball. For us to have a 14 rebound advantage in a game tonight like this is huge.